Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Baseball with the Earle Brothers. My name is Nicholas Earle, just me in this one here as we have the MLB Futures Game rosters have been announced. The top prospects from every single team are selected to head to Atlanta to play in a prospect, basically highlight game where teams are able to show off their top prospects, and it is National League versus American League. So let's get started here. And we get started off with a really fun one here. Starting pitchers. We'll look at the pitchers first. Andrew Painter of the Philadelphia Phillies, the number 5 prospect in all of baseball. He's currently with the AAA Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. He's gone 3-2 this year, 4.24 ERA. He is the Phillies' top prospect, and I believe he is the second best pitching prospect in baseball, only behind Bubba Chandler. Andrew Painter is the first pitcher there. Jackson Wiggins, don't know too much about him. He's the 8th overall prospect in the Cubs system. He is currently in Double-A with the Knoxville Smokies. He is so far 2-0 this year, the 2.38 ERA. I have a feeling this is more of here is one of our prospects trying to show him off for potential trades, because that's something you could see for a lot of these teams that are maybe competing, like, oh, here is not our top guy, but here's more of our 7, 8, 9, 10 guy in our system. Look how good he is. Do you guys want to trade for him type of thing? It's kind of what I'm getting a feel there for Jackson Wiggins, right-handed pitcher who is drafted in 2023, 68th overall. He is 24 years old. Almost 24 years old, so still getting towards that older side of prospects. 24 there, only in Double-A. But the next one there, Jonah Tong of the New York Mets. He has made his way into the top 100, according to MLB.com. He is 20. He just turned 22 a couple weeks ago in June there. He was a 7th round pick in 2022 for the Mets out of high school. He's looked really good for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies this year. He's 6-3, but a 1.73 ERA and 73 innings pitched. Someone I'm very excited to watch there. The next one here is Thomas White from the Miami Marlins system, 29th overall, left-handed pitcher, currently pitching for Pensacola, the Blue Wahoos in Double-A there. He's only thrown 7 2/3 innings pitched in Double-A, but he's thrown to a 1.17 ERA. He threw 35 innings plus in High A, where he went 2-2 with the 2.83 ERA. He's the 29th overall prospect in all of baseball. He's one of the Marlins' top guys as well. Next, we have J.R. Ritchie from the Atlanta Braves, who is not one of their – he's their 6th overall prospect in the system, not in the top 100. Currently pitching for the Columbus Clingstone Double-A for them. He's 0-3 so far in Double-A and 33 2/3 innings pitched. Has a 4.01 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. So he's been Feels like here's another potential trade piece if the Braves are looking to do something along those lines. I don't know if they're going to do that with the state of their team right now, but that's something there. A fun one here, Travis Sequoia of the Washington Nationals. He is, I don't think he is in the top one. I'm trying to remember if he is in the top 100 or not. Travis Sequoia is 54th overall. He's currently in Double-A for the Harrisburg Senators, where he's only made 1 appearance. Did not look particularly great. Gave up 4 hits, and he has a 9.82 ERA. He is somebody who was, I believe, part of the Juan Soto trade as like one of the I believe he was one of the Juan Soto trade guys he's still developing and things along those lines. But Sequoia will be making an appearance there, right-handed pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Fun one here for me that I didn't get to see too much of when he was in high school, but I do remember, or my bad, in college, not high school. He has fallen out of the top 100. It is Carson Whisenhunt of the San Francisco Giants, left-handed pitcher, who was drafted in 2022 out of East Carolina, one of 2 ECU pitchers that we'll be talking about here. He was suspended during his final year there, so did not get to see too much of him with ECU. But so far this year, the Sacramento River Cats of the PCL, He's not looked the greatest. 7-5 record, 4.55 ERA, and 89 innings pitched. Granted, it is the PCL, but I have a feeling this is somebody who the Giants can look to potentially try to trade, something along those lines. Next, we have Marquise Grissom Jr., who is also from the Washington Nationals. A couple Nationals pitchers here in this game. He's a little bit lower here. If I can find him, he's their 21st overall prospect. I don't know why he's in this game, to be completely honest. In AAA, Rochester, a 1-1 record and 21 innings pitched, a 6 ERA. I don't know why he's going to the Futures game. I don't know if he's going to pitch at all. And then Hayden Harris of the Atlanta Braves is the last of the pitchers here, who is also somebody who's, I believe, pretty deep in their system. 29th overall, so barely in the top 30. Once again, I can kind of see why he's in there, because between AA Columbia and AAA Gwinnett, he's thrown 22 2/3 innings pitched. He had a .79 ERA in AA and a 0 ERA through 7 innings in AAA. So he's potentially somebody who could be a trade piece, left-handed pitcher as well. But he is somebody that is rounding out the National League pitchers for the Futures game. Josue DePaula, as we get into the outfielders here. For the Dodgers, the 28th overall prospect in all of baseball. He is only in high A. He's playing for Great Lakes right now. But he's slashing 269, 409, 443 for an 852 slug. For an 852 OPS. He has 10 home runs and 28 RBIs. He could be another guy that's an interesting trade piece, because that outfield could be a little bit crowded there in what do you call it? In LA. And then the next one is Zaire Hope, also playing for Great Lakes. Nice to see these young guys, and we'll talk about some young guys later as well, getting in. He's 20 years old, Zaire Hope, currently in high A. He's so far 297, 401, 463 for an 864 OPS, 7 home runs, 46 RBIs for Great Lakes there. So he's been pretty decent in AAA there. Next, we have Slade Caldwell for the Arizona Diamondbacks, another high A guy, kind of struggling in high A there right now. 190 batting average, a 372 on base, and a 259 slug for a 631 OPS. He did play really well in just regular A ball, but he is kind of struggling to adjust to high A a little bit. Granted, only has played 18 games there, 58 at bats, very small sample size for him there. Next, we'll move on. One of the top, if not the top prospect for the Cubs, Owen Casey, currently playing with AAA Iowa. Slashing 263, 372, 504 for an 876 OPS. He has hit 12 home runs, 33 RBIs. Would not be surprised if he is a trade piece for the Chicago Cubs at this deadline, and is somebody they call up. But that's a crowded outfield between Suzuki, Tucker, and Pete Crow Armstrong. Owen Casey, I think, could easily be on the move, and I think maybe that's why they're putting him out there. Is to potentially show him off for potential trade partners. Next, we have Carson Bench, the final of the Mets that we're talking about here, currently in Binghamton. He was drafted last year out of Oklahoma State, 19th overall. 250 batting average in Binghamton, 429 on base, and a 313 slug for a 742 OPS. No home runs, 1 RBI so far in AA, but he's only been up there for 5 games. And in high A with Brooklyn this year, 302, 417, 480 for an 897 OPS. Not bad for a place that is generally difficult to play in as a hitter in Brooklyn. 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. Carson Bench, one of the big movers so far this year in the Mets farm system. Next, we have Pittsburgh Pirates outfielder as Merlin Valdez, who so far this year, if I can get up his numbers, he is where is he? Valdez. Not in he's not even in the top 30 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I don't have any information on him. Very curious on why he is going to the All-Star game, or not the All-Star game, the Futures game, because he is so far down there. But I guess it is what it is. We will see another Pittsburgh Pirate in a little bit, which is one of their top guys. But I do not have much on Valdez, so we'll move on to another 2024 draft pick, someone I thought was going to go higher than he did, but fell right to St. Louis, the 16th overall prospect in all of baseball. And that's J.J. Weatherholt, who is currently playing with AA Springfield for the Cardinals, and he has been tearing it up there. A 305 batting average, a 430 on base, a 453 slug for an 883 OPS, 5 home runs and 27 RBIs, walking 41 times and only striking out 35, walking more than he's striking out, which is very, very nice. Coming out of West Virginia there last year in the draft. Really like J.J. Weatherholt. Look forward to seeing him play in this game. Sal Stewart, the next one here, second base, third base prospect for the Cincinnati Reds, currently playing for Chattanooga, the Lookouts of AA, 327, 390, and 498 slash lines for an 888 OPS, 9 home runs and 43 RBIs. He has been really good this year, and I look forward to seeing him in this game. We move on to one of the more exciting prospects in this game, considering we don't see Bubba Chandler and we don't see Roman Anthony. This is the top-rated prospect, according to MLB.com, that is playing in this game. Number 3 overall prospect, according to MLB.com, Leo DeVries. Hitting 243, 357, 387 for a 744 OPS in high A. 5 home runs, 34 RBIs. Strikeouts are a little bit of a problem there, 59 strikeouts. Granted, though, this kid's 19 years old. He was born in October of 2006. So he has still got a few years before the Padres will see their top prospect. And I have a feeling we'll probably get traded before we ever see him there. But exciting to see that he is in this game. Same as the next guy here, Jesus Mate, somebody I've been really excited about as he was with the Dominican Summer League team last year. Now he's with the Mudcats of Carolina, a team that I'm hoping to go see later, maybe later this month or something along those lines. Slashing 283, 390, 421 for an 811 OPS. He's hit 4 home runs, 40 RBIs, struck out 59 times, walked 42 times. He is a very highly touted prospect here for the Milwaukee Brewers, and I look forward to see what he does going forward, and definitely somebody that I want some cards for and things along those lines. We'll move on. 3 infielders left on the National League side, as we have Lou James Grover, who is currently in AA for the Diamondbacks. He's the 10th overall prospect in the Diamondback system, not in the top 100. For the Amarillo Sod Poodles this year, 301 batting average, 377 on base, and a 471 slug for a 484 OPS. 10 home runs, 36 RBIs for him this year. So he's been decent. Maybe somebody who, if they're looking to trade pieces away, could be a trade piece there. One guy that I was extremely excited to see in this on the roster, someone we're not going to see in the MLB until probably another 3 years or so, Connor Griffin of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was drafted 9th overall out of high school in the 2024 draft. He's 19 years old, and he's already in high A, slashing 358, 457, 567 for a 1.024 OPS. He's been awesome so far on the Pirates system. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. He also played a little bit in low A, 338, 396, 356 for a 932. Had 9 home runs and 36 RBIs. He is going to be a stud when he gets up to Pittsburgh. Look forward to seeing that happen. And the final one here for the infielders, last year's Golden Spikes winner in college, Charlie Condon of the Colorado Rockies, who is currently in high A Spokane, slashing 312, 431, 420 for an 851 OPS, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. He is somebody who has a lot of power. He broke home run records in Georgia, and is somebody I'd look forward to see climbing the ranks here for the Colorado Rockies. And I cannot wait to see him hit in Coors Field, because that guy might hit 50 home runs in Coors Field. He has that type of power. I'm just waiting to see it translate to the wood bat from the metal bat. We got 3 catchers on the roster here. The first one, Joe Mack of the Miami Marlins, currently with the AAA Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, hitting 246, 311, 374 with a 685 OPS, but plays pretty good defense, 5 home runs and 25 RBIs. So he's somebody, and that's all in 50 games. So he's probably someone who can give you a little bit of power from the catcher's position. He will be and he probably hit pretty well. I think that can potentially translate to the major leagues, and seeing a potential tandem between him and Augustin Ramirez, I think is a really fun thought going forward, kind of similar to what they have going in Chicago with Edward Cuaro and Kyle Teal. So I think that is definitely something to keep an eye on. Eduardo Tate, the 69th overall prospect from the Philadelphia Phillies, currently playing in Clearwater, the Threshers. Single A, by the way, their stadium is where the American Athletic Conference plays their conference championships. But a 256 batting average, a 328 on base, and a 449 slug with a 777 OPS, 10 home runs and 42 RBIs so far in A ball. For Clearwater, he was somebody who I thought was potentially going to get traded in the offseason when they look to make moves. Don't be shocked if he does get moved in the during the trade deadline, potentially in a potential push for the Philadelphia Phillies, trying to go and get an arm or a bat or something along those lines. And then to finish it off here, catcher Alfredo Duno of the Cincinnati Reds. He is the 7th overall prospect. He's 19 years old, currently in A ball with the Daytona Tortugas, slashing 269, 422, 453, 7 home runs and 44 RBIs for him. So we will move on though to the American League side, and we get started off with a fun one here. Seattle Mariners switch pitcher Durangelo Sinjay. I totally botched that, but he is somebody who is, I think, just outside the top 100, 8th overall prospect. Not shocked that they're bringing him, that they sent him to this game though. Currently, he's pitching for High A Everett, the Aqua Sox. 4 and 4, a 4.88 ERA, 51 and 2/3 innings pitched so far this year, a 128 WHIP. He's not looked particularly great, and he's somebody who definitely has splits between his left and right-handed pitching. I believe he is more of a right-handed pitcher than he is a lefty, so that's something to keep an eye on there. Whether or not he just drops the switch pitching, I think that'll help him a little bit, but we all like to see what the switch pitcher can do. So he will be heading there. I'm not shocked that he is, because I know that they want to show off the switch pitcher. The Baltimore Orioles are setting Keegan Gillies, which is not even in their top 30 for prospects. So I don't have anything for him at the moment. I was kind of shocked that he got sent. Brody Hopkins, the next guy here for the Tampa Bay Rays, not in the top 100 though, but he is, I believe, one of the higher pitching prospects here for the Rays. He is the highest pitching prospect for the Rays, 7th overall in the system, currently pitching for Double-A Montgomery, the Biscuits, 4 and 4 with a 3.64 ERA. And 71 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.33 WHIP. The next guy here, a fun one that has definitely made a little bit of noise here, and I believe has he made the top 100 prospects yet? Yes, he has. He's jumped 96, and that is Gage Jump of the Oakland Athletics, currently in Double-A, 4 and 2 with a 1.91 ERA and 42 in the 3rd innings pitch, a 1.09 WHIP. He also pitched in High A, where he went 4 and 1 with a 2.32 ERA. 31 innings pitched with a 0.84 WHIP. So he has been awesome for the Athletics so far this year. We move on to George Glasson of the LA Angels system here. Don't think he is he in the top 100, Glasson? Because he is the third overall prospect he is not in the top 100, but he is the third overall prospect for the LA Angels, only behind Caden Dana and Christian Moore. Right-handed pitcher currently in Double-A with the Rocket City Trash Pandas. So far this year, he is 2-7 with a 6.99 ERA, 47 and 2/3 innings pitched. But he is one of the higher touted prospects in the Angel system, which kind of tells you how the state of that Angel system right now, not very good. And he has kind of struggled so far this year in Double-A. The next one here is out of the Cleveland system. It is Peter Messick, where he is. Where is he on the system list? He is 12th. Parker Messick. He is 12th. Currently pitching in Columbus with the Clippers, left-handed pitcher there. Who so far this year, it won't load up his stats, there we go. He was 4-3 with a 7.31 ERA. Potentially someone we could see maybe make an impact this year for Columbus or for Cleveland, my bad. Especially if they trade some players away at the deadline. That is something we can keep an eye out for, but he has definitely looked pretty good so far. He's looked okay so far for Cleveland. Next one here is Frank Mozzicato from the Kansas City Royals system. And I'm trying to load up because he's not a top 100 prospect. I'm loading up what do you call it? Well, there we go. He's the 11th overall prospect in the Royals system, currently pitching in Double-A with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. He is 0-2 there, though, only 26 and 2/3 innings pitched with an 8.44 ERA. So he's kind of been struggling. Don't know why he is in this game, to be completely honest, but some teams, I think he's the only. No, there's another Royal we're talking about. That'd be Carter Jensen, who is a catcher they really, really like. But Mozzicato, not really sure why he is heading to Atlanta for this game. Next, we have from the Houston Astros system, Alember Santa, who is a little bit lower in the system as well, I believe. 29th in the system, right-handed pitcher, potentially due up next year. Currently pitching for the Corpus Christi Hooks of Double-A. 2-1 this year, 1.27 ERA. Kind of look good in 49 2/3 innings pitch, 1.07 WHIP. Maybe he's earned his trip there. Maybe he's a trade piece. This Astros team still looks good, and he's a little bit of a lower of a prospect, but hopefully maybe they can help raise his stock with the Futures game. Now we move into the two pitchers that I'm looking forward to probably the most in this Futures game. We'll start with Chicago White Sox left-handed pitcher, 13th overall prospect in all of baseball, Noah Schultz, currently pitching in AAA. He was just called up to AAA not too long ago, and he struggled in AAA so far. Only made 2 starts, 7 1/3 innings pitched. He's an 0-run record with a 13 ERA. Definitely not much of a sample size. He pitched a lot in Birmingham this year, 4-3, a 3.34 ERA, and 56 2/3 innings pitched. I do have a lot of high hopes for Noah Schultz, and I look forward to watching him pitch. The pitcher I look most forward to watching pitch, though, in this game for the American League is Toronto Blue Jays right-handed pitcher Trey Savage, who was a first-round draft pick out of my East Carolina Pirates in last year's draft. Somebody I watched an awful lot of, and I made sure I was at every single trade day when he was pitching at ECU. He just got the call up to Double-A, where he's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA so far in 11 2/3 innings pitched. But his 2 previous stops, he looked awesome in High A Vancouver, a 1.56 ERA and 17 1/3 innings. He struck out 33 and 17 1/3. He struck out 55 and 33 1/3 with Dundon, with the Dundon Blue Jays there. So I wouldn't be surprised if Trey Savage makes the team at the end of the season here, or at the very latest early next year. And he is somebody who has a really nice fastball. His sinker works really well. His slider and splitter are really dominant pitches. And I look really much forward to watching Trey Savage pitch in the Futures game and with the Toronto Blue Jays going forward once he does get called up. We'll move on, though, to the position players outfield. Enrique Bradfield Jr. of the Baltimore Orioles, who looks like he's not in the top 100 anymore. So let me head over to Baltimore Orioles here on the MLB page here. He's the second overall prospect in the Orioles system. Currently playing in Double-A with the Chesapeake Bay Sox. He is waiting for the stats to load here. So yeah, there we go. So far this year, in Double-A, he's played 33 games. /240, 378, 356 for a 734 OPS, with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. One of the top prospects for the Baltimore Orioles. Not surprised that he is heading there, even though his numbers have not been the greatest so far this year. Max Clark of the Detroit Tigers, somebody who has been a little bit of a big mover so far this year. Only in West Michigan, the Whitecaps, high A for Detroit, but slashing 276, 426, 410 for an 836 OPS, 6 home runs, 42 RBIs. He has been awesome with the Whitecaps this year, and he's only 20 years old playing in high A. He was just drafted 3rd overall in 2023, and he has moved up the prospect boards a lot this year, all the way up to number 7 on MLB.com. We move on as we have, oh boy, I don't even know how to even attempt to pronounce this guy's name. Garcia from Boston. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Not even going to try to botch it. Currently in Double-A or Triple-A for Worcester with the Red Sox, with the Woo Sox there, as he is played in only 33 games for them. 292, 363, 569 slash line for 932 OPS. He's looked pretty good. 9 home runs, 23 RBIs for Worcester this year. The number 5 prospect in the system of the Red Sox. We move on to the Seattle Mariners here, and Larzo Montes, who is the second overall prospect in their system, currently in Double-A, the Arkansas Travelers. In Double-A this year, slashing 261, 400, and 696 with a 1096 OPS, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs with Double-A, with the Double-A squad there. We move on. Brandon Montgomery of the Chicago White Sox. He was part of that Garrett Crochet trade. So nice to see them sending him to the Futures Game. He should be fun. Number 32 overall prospect in all baseball. Currently in high A with the Winston-Salem Dash. Currently in high A, 263, 336, 459 with a 9 for a 795 OPS and 52 games. Part of that Crochet trade, of course. Very exciting to see him get the call there. Colin Culpepper, who I believe was a first-round draft pick last year for the Minnesota Twins, not currently in the top 100, but he has obviously he has the upside. I believe he was out of Kansas State, if I remember right. He was a late first-round draft pick last year, and he is currently 4th in the system for the Minnesota Twins, playing for the Wichita Wind Surge of Double-A. So far this season in Double-A, Wichita, his slash line 273, 368, 455 for an 823 OPS. Only playing 8 games there. He just got called up to Double-A from High A. Where in High A, it was 293, 385, 479 for an 864 OPS. Moving on, we have KJ Ruffus from the Cleveland Guardians system here. I'm getting up his numbers real quick, as he is not a top 100 prospect, but he is 5th in the system for the Guardians. Currently playing for the Double-A Columbus or Triple-A Columbus Clippers. Season first base and outfield, but he's listed as an infielder, so I'm assuming first base duties for him in this game if he does play. 303, 391, 568 for a 959 OPS. 10 home runs, 33 RBIs in AAA this year. So he's got a little bit of pop. 23 years old, a third-round draft pick in 2023. Next, we have the Yankees' top prospect, George Lombard Jr., who I'm trying to remember what he's done. He is a top 100 prospect. I know that for sure. I did not mean to click the Philadelphia Phillies. I meant to click the New York Yankees because that is where George Lombard Jr. is, New York Yankees. If this will load, that'll be cool. Where George Lombard Jr. so far this year. There we go. 37th overall prospect in baseball. I was not trying to see his highlights. There we go. Who is currently playing in Double-A Somersault, the Patriots. Where he's slashing 209, 340, 320 for a 660 OPS. Kind of struggling since he got up to Double-A. In High A this year, 329, 495, 488 for an 983 OPS there. So the Yankees are sending their top prospect to the Futures Game. Next, we have the Houston Astros' Bryce Matthews, who is their top prospect at the moment, with Cam Smith already graduating. He's currently in AAA with the Sugarland Space Cowboys. And in AAA so far this year, I love that name. I love that name, Sugarland Space Cowboys. It's a hell of a minor league team. I'm waiting for the stats to load as well, which would be cool. Because he has been, I believe, pretty good. 285, 403, 492 for an 895 OPS, 10 home runs and 39 RBIs. He's been pretty good. Top prospect for the Houston Astros. Next, we have Kevin McGonigal of the Detroit Tigers. He has been one of the top prospects for the Tigers, number 21 overall. He's currently in High A with West Michigan, the Whitecaps, slashing 373, 452, 683 for an 1135 OPS, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs in his age 20 year. I'm waiting for him to get called up to Double-A. He's somebody who definitely should be moving up the list pretty quick. Next, we have another really high prospect from the Texas Rangers system, Sebastian Walcott, second base, third baseman in Double-A, expected up next year potentially for the Texas Rangers, currently with the Frisco Rough Riders. Sweet name there. Where in Double-A so far this year, 274, 349, 395 with a 744 OPS. The 9th overall prospect in all of baseball, number 1 in the Texas Rangers system. Final infielder, and then we'll move on to the catchers, and then we'll head on out. Tommy White, out of the Oakland A's system there. He was a draft pick last draft out of LSU. He transferred away from NC State. And then he got drafted. Tommy White, currently the 6th rated prospect in the athletic system, currently in High A Lansing, slashing 277, 348, 505 for an 853 OPS, 9 home runs and 24 RBIs in single A. Very exciting player with a lot of pop. Then we head to our catchers here, as we will go to the Detroit Tigers system for Josue Burqueño, who is the 4th overall prospect in that system, currently also in High A. Something we've noticed with all the Tigers prospects in this game between Max Clark and McGonigal and now Briceño, is they're all in High A. 281, 405, 590 for a 995 OPS, 14 home runs, 51 RBIs. Next, we get Harry Ford, which is one of the top prospects in the Seattle Mariners system, currently in AAA with Tacoma. 305, 418, 459 slug for an 877 OPS. He has 8 home runs and 43 RBIs with the Tacoma Rainers so far this year. And finally, the last prospect we could talk about in this video, Carter Jensen, catcher for the Kansas City Royals, currently with the Storm Chasers in Omaha. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see him up, I don't know about this year, but maybe definitely next year for them. There is a chance we could see him this year, but he's really struggled so far. Granted, only 5 games in Omaha, 0.45, 0.45, and a 182 for 227, but 5 games, 22 at bats. Not going to read too much into that. With Northwest Arkansas, he slashed 292, 360, 420 for a 780 OPS, 6 home runs, and 37 RBIs. So he is somebody who I think could be potentially Salvador Perez's replacement when it comes to catchers going forward with the Kansas City Royals. But that is everything that you need to know roster-wise for the Futures game this year. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any players you are looking forward to watching in this game. And let me know which side you think has the better overall prospects as well. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.